I didn't want Tantus to go live with that on the screen.
Yeah, no.
Hi, everybody.
Congratulations, you shoot yourself.
Hi.
Hello, welcome to Grinding Gear.
Hey, we're live now. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
So we last left off. They just decided to go back up to town.
Mm-hmm.
They had found Fador's preservation unit.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided not to activate it yet to try to find some more information out.
I mean, it's probably a good idea.
I mean, we did find out that he was fatally wounded, a god. And if we opened it, like you skipped that whole part.
Oh yeah,
that seems to be important.
And we had a discussion about what can fatally wound a god. We're like, well, guess another god? That's
Yeah, we're like, we don't know.
Name calling?
I
Maybe
don't
it just
believe.
needs to add an
I don't
accent
believe in
over the
gods.
end.
I don't believe in gods. Kind of like saying I don't believe in fairies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can't say that. We saw fairies. They attacked us.
Maybe you should have said I didn't believe in them and they disappeared.
No, we can't.
Yeah, didn't they blow up into, clock?
Fairy dust.
I believe the proper term
Yes.
is...
They kind of like fireworked.
Yeah, they fireworked.
They dusted all over you.
Okay, any thoughts on anyone before we start, or shall we just go into it?
That's up to you. I mean...
I'm just asking, does anyone have any thoughts they want to share?
Well, I want to talk to the new mayor, Mr. Recharge Mode, before we exit.
Probably
Okay,
a good idea.
That's fine. So you guys make it back upstairs, you make it back to the mayor's bedroom.
New mayor.
It is empty.
Mayor. Check the closet. The really nice closet.
He does not appear to be in his room.
Take a scarf, just because I can. And
Congratulations, you have a fancy silk scarf.
it's awesome. I'll put it around Patches' neck. And then okay. So my idea was to speak to the mayor and possibly get him to gather the hunters and tell them to answer our questions, because I know that the hunters tend to be standoffish on answering questions.
Maybe he would be in one of the special rooms rather than his personal room.
When you go to the closet, give me a perception check.
Everybody, for some reason, can we all look in this closet?
Does Rimbi say that?
Well, you're the only one looking, so no, it's just
Meta.
you.
That's meta.
Is there anything in the closet other than a fancy scarf?
When you take the scarf, your hand brushes the back of it, and you notice it sounds hollow.
Oh, well, it would seem, I believe, that there is...
A lion, a witch, and a wardrobe in there?
I did not see a witch.
Why would a
But you saw a lion?
Oh no, it is the
why would a
wardrobe.
wardrobe be in the closet?
Yeah, wardrobe is in the wardrobe.
Well, there's a lion or a witch in there. I'm sorry. So what did you find, Rimbi?
I think I found what could be a hidden room.
Interesting.
I tap on the wall. It sounds hollow. I look for a panel next to it.
There's no panel.
Doesn't slide.
I back out and I'll go. Swift is usually good about finding how to open doors. Curious type.
I'm gonna see if the wardrobe moves at all.
No.
Okay.
Okay, I
Is it full
walk.
of clothes?
There is clothes in it, yes.
I walk over and push and try to slide it different ways. Try to lift.
The side of the wardrobe? No.
Someone figure this out, or I'm gonna break it. I'm done with this.
I'm going to look inside and take a look.
We just started today.
You do notice some scratches, it looks like, on either side
Does it go down?
No, on the inside, he noticed those scratches on.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
push on
talking about the back
inside,
panel.
on the back panel. I'm gonna push on the back panel.
Okay, you're pushing around, and you notice if you push from one side to the other side, it swings.
I admit I was
Pivots.
pushing on the back panel the entire time.
Oh, I thought you were pushing on the side of the
What?
wardrobe.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
Why would that make sense?
Because if you think the whole wardrobe moves, and there's a door behind it instead of it being in.
I misunderstood. So yes, it does pivot.
Okay. Do we look in there first?
Yeah.
Or do we have to walk
It seems to be a small alcove,
Mm-hmm.
and there seems to be a teleportation pad in there.
Oh God. Oh goodness. Brother.
I
stay away.
refuse. I'll be in here. And
Banner, you seem to be special to this person, so you should probably go first.
Great. Why don't you come with me, Rimbi? We can go together.
Oh, I never thought you would ask. Yes, I will time it so that we step on it together.
Okay.
Okay, so they both disappear,
Yeah.
and you guys appear in the church.
It's right across the street. Did they really have to put this? Is just laziness.
I agree.
It's okay.
Yeah, but
Are
if
we
they walk
like
the whole
in
way,
a
the game will be over.
Are we in a
Are we-
closet in the church then, or where are we?
No, you're
here on the altar.
you're in a large room, and the former mayor's body is lying there.
Huh.
Quite gruesome. Yes. Okay.
And that is all you see in here.
Um,
There is a door on
hello?
the way out. There is a door leading out of this room.
New mayor! New mayor! As I walk towards the door. Since you don't have a real name, I'll walk over to the door and I'll exit it because I think I'm in the church, so I'm not like
Yeah.
worried that there's gonna be traps on the doors in the church.
No, it obviously looks like the church.
Yeah,
Okay,
walk
you
in
walk
the
out. You walk into a corridor. You see some priests to the left of you. Seem to be talking to the new mayor.
New mayor, excellent. I'll just walk right up to him and I'll interrupt their conversation. I don't care.
I'll follow him, but not saying anything for now.
What do I call you? by
Excuse
the way?
me, how did you get back here? One of the priests turned to you.
Yes, mayor.
A long story. We could explain it after the business is taken care of.
Mayor, we need you to gather the hunters. It seems like there's a lot of people here. Can we speak to you in your I look back to the room with the corpse of the old mayor, like in some private chambers.
Well, I guess quickly I'm about to be introduced to the town.
Quite excellent. And I'm just gonna like kind of.
That might be a
Tug
good chance
on.
afterwards to gather people. So perhaps we
Yes.
should allow him to be introduced.
Well, but look, if we let him introduce and he can make the announcement for them to speak to us or to gather somewhere, at one time instead of us trying to gather them afterwards.
Practical.
Also, several things to notice. He now looks exactly like the other mayor. Like
He's not
his
blonde
hair,
anymore.
yeah, his hair has changed. He has the same exact facial, hair and everything now. He doesn't look different.
Matt just walked through the teleportation portal because I took too long.
Did the corpse of the old mayor still have his face?
Yeah.
Oh! Face off.
Yes, his face and hair and everything's still there. It looks like he's just been altered.
No face off.
No.
So I'll just point to the room and go. It'll be quick. We just have a couple of questions and about information that we should probably not discuss here.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Just postpone for a few moments. He walks back with you.
Patches is in this enclosed room. I don't know how big the room is because
It's a rather large room, actually.
Okay. Well, I mean, Patches is also in the small form right now. Remember, because it was
Right
tough in there. So
which made it easier for him to get through the closet.
Well, I mean, Patches would make a way. We would find a way. So as soon as we get in the room, I'll close the door and I go, Mayor, we know the truth about Fador and his gravest wounds and demise, almost, or potential demise. We were told to open it, but we didn't know if it would be best to open until release him until we had more information, and the only people that we know that leave the barrier are the merchants and the hunters, but they tend to be standoffish, so we'd like to speak to them, and we'd want you to command them to speak back, since we know that they are, and I look down to the mechanical person on the ground, like you.
He kind of just looks blankly. He's like, I don't know everything yet. The transferal has not been completed.
Fador was injured grievously and is dying.
We're trying to find a way to heal a god. We found out that this place is a hiding spot from an enemy that Fador and his forces got in war with. We're most likely descendants, or all of you at least are descendants, of Fedor's army. Hiding here.
I am not no, I do not know of this information.
Well, our lord was injured and is in a stasis, similar to the stasis that you are in. I think that is why we have been protected. He put up a barrier to protect us from his enemies, who we obviously lost to. But now the barrier weakens.
We think it's because he's weakening.
Even if it's not he's weakening, maybe he would need to be, maybe it's just time, and he would need to come out of there. But if his wounds are gravest, they might spell his doom. He might not have enough time to create a new barrier, or to reinforce the one he's got now. So we would have to be ready.
That I am unsure of. The transfer will take several days.
Well, what we need from you is for you to command the hunters or merchants, if they are in town, to speak to us, to tell us the truth.
The folks,
not withhold information from us.
yes, the ones that are like you.
We want to know what's outside the barrier. We want to know if it's possible for us to journey outside the barrier and return. Because we might be able to find a way to heal Fador. And if we do, then we could release him without fear of losing our god.
From what little I do know, I don't believe there is an outside the barrier. This realm is its own place.
Then how do they travel? Where do they get the food? These are the questions we need them to answer.
I, again, don't have all the information yet.
Just tell them to talk to us. I'm getting frustrated. That's all we need. We need more information. The information we have right now is too lacking. It's not enough.
I will ask them to speak with you.
Thank you. We'll see you in a moment. And then I'll look over and I'll be like, Patches, go through the portal. And then I'll after Patches goes through it, does it work?
Yes.
Okay. and then I'll walk over and go, Banner, it might be best if we just enter the chapel like normal citizens so that people don't question why, especially me, is walking from the back of the church.
That seems like a good idea. We should go back to the mayor's house and follow Patches and come around from the front.
All right, so I'll walk through the portal as well.
Okay, so you guys reappear with the rest of your friends.
Yes, I grab another scarf.
Cinder's gone.
I mean, we know where you are. You're upstairs. There's no kitchen. Remember, there's just the table
This
that makes
has that
food.
stupid magical crap.
Yeah,
Yes.
it just makes food. It just makes food. But if I remember correctly, I was able to identify it and find out the command word because we ate there before we went down the first time. So I'll come up and I'll say sweet rolls, and it's just a variety of sweet rolls of all different types.
No,
Different-
it makes the exact same food as it always makes.
They're sweet rolls for the eyes to see as far as the lands can spread.
There does not seem to be any sweet rolls.
I know how to do magic, I swear. They're gonna do a commencement for the mayor. We should probably go.
You actually, as you say that, hear a bell outside from the town square.
How convenient.
Ding dong.
To grab a piece of food, I don't know, chicken or something, and eat it before leaving.
Yeah, because we
You can
can't
do
take
that.
it with us, remember? We
Yeah.
found that out too.
As soon as you
Yeah.
walk out the door,
Yeah, eat it as quick as possible.
Okay, wait, does it disappear if it's in our stomach? We're like, oh, I'm so full.
No.
I'm really hungry.
no, that does not happen.
What if
So
we're
then,
chewing
if
on a bite?
Yeah, what if we just shove a whole bunch of food in our mouth and then go outside and then spit it out onto a plate?
No, it would disappear.
Does the poop disappear then?
No.
After you digest it and it comes out, does it disappear?
No.
That sounds like an inconsistency.
Yeah, the poop should disappear. I think it just makes sense.
Once consumed, it is normal. It is normal. It goes through your system
All
normally.
right, so I'm gonna eat it and then throw it up. All right, not just chew it, throw it up, and then I consumed it and I can feed the town. I'll just walk back. I'll be.
No one's eating your vomit.
Oh no!
It's an infinite supply of food. We could just turn it into mash.
Can I precipitation or mend the food after it's vomited?
You can.
Our
you can
own
make it
form of
taste-
Soylent Green.
Anyway, continuing.
I am the mother bird to the town. I am.
No.
You're welcome.
I'm just gonna
I'm
leave.
taking.
Gonna go.
Wait. If he consumes it, can we just open a panel and pull it out?
No.
Okay. Damn it. All right.
Anyway, we
I
leave.
atomize it into the materials needed to, build
He
up
has
my
a future
fort.
reactor.
I have a
Just
future
turns into
reactor.
atoms.
He's got perfusion in his stomach.
I'm
Stomach
going
fusion.
out to the square.
Mhm.
Yeah, we head to the church.
Actually, everyone's getting together in the square. The mayor is now on stage.
I walk on stage, stand behind. I'm just kidding.
Real quick, I just want to point out that Banner, you turn it into atoms for fuel just means that we can use you for a garbage can because you can
God.
get rid of
Can
anything.
we kill
right?
enemies that way?
He doesn't eat inorganic material.
And it's
Full
just
of
like,
organic.
and I still have a mouth. I have to like chew on things. I'm not a snake. I can't like disgorge my mouth.
He's not a wood chipper.
No, the pictures
Yeah.
that we
If-
killed.
if
The
we
stuff in his
polymorph
mouth.
him-
Eat these.
If we polymorph him into a snake, have him swallow something, then turn him back, does it atomize him instantly and it becomes nothing? So we just have to make you into something that can swallow. And then we can change it back. Instant defeat
Look,
enemies.
we already have one, Josh. We don't need two.
You could just throw things into your bag of holding into the different portals.
No, that's my hole. Nothing goes into my hole. That's Banner's hole. I shut things in his hole. I don't put things in my hole. Okay?
Anyway, to continue, the mayor starts speaking as people gather into the town square. Praise Fador. He found it in his infinite wisdom to spare my life. The church has been able to heal me.
The church. We don't get credit.
So all is well. We will fix the damage that has been done in town. But as for today, let's consider it a blessing that things weren't worse. We did not lose anyone. Some were injured, but everyone survived. You can go back about your business. I just wanted you all to know that everything is fine in town again. And with that, he leaves the stage and heads back towards the church.
I immediately turn to Banner and I go, and this is the type of information you like to keep from people? These people think that they're gonna go back to their normal lives. We're all on the edge of death.
Perhaps causing a panic when none of us can truly escape is not a good idea until it is ready. The barrier still holds. If we can get an accurate assessment of how strong it is and how much time there is, then perhaps it might be good to inform them.
But we could work together. We could use other minds. We can work together to fix this problem. And instead we have, and I look around, one person that knows the arcane arts, one person that knows the mechanicals, 3 fighters.
How many of these people do you think would be able to help you?
The alchemist, at least. The church seems to be hiding information. For how long? Who knows?
Yes.
I'm just saying, we shouldn't be withholding information. I understand that panic is a fear. I get that. But we shouldn't come with a fear.
Majority of people here I don't think would be able to assist in this manner. Most are just average citizens, plying their trades. They haven't developed fighting techniques or techniques for either arcane or knowledge-based arts.
Am I gonna get backstabbed? There's like a guy creeping up on us.
Do realize, Banner, that I'm an average person, right?
You are more than average with your muscles.
That's just working in the forge.
Your strength and anger seem to fuel you.
That's, again, forge and Rimbi.
But these things have given you a strength that I don't see in others. Rimbi has a mind for devices. Swift, of course, knows about things and can mess around with mechanical devices. Of course, Sindra, her magic. And I myself have developed a fighting technique based on embracing my own inner demons and finding a peace.
Yes, small child. Yes, I am not your father. I told you.
Excuse me. Rimbi,
Yeah.
I was asked to give you this.
It's a
He
bomb!
holds out he holds out a scroll.
All right, I'll take it. I'll go. Well, thank you. Who asked to give this to me?
The mayor.
Okay. Thank you very much. Shoot, go. And I open. I open it. I don't have to read it. I don't know what's in this. I open it up.
It's a love letter.
It's addressed to
Gears grind.
the hunters. Giving you saying that please answer any questions this gentleman has.
I'll hold it over to Banner has dealt with the hunters, right? We know this.
Yeah, he goes out hunting
Okay.
with them.
Okay. Does Swift? Because I'm kind of fuzzy there. Because I know Swift hangs out with Banner. I don't know if like Swift is involved with them as well.
I don't think we've established that you go out hunting.
Okay. So
At most, I probably only like forage right around, never out with them.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought most of the time when he hangs around, it's usually like when I'm back at my place, because
Yeah.
we
like,
both
maybe
do,
help you prepare.
yeah,
the
because
hunts or
we
the
both
kills.
do our own work at the same kind of time. I go out hunting usually early in the morning. He's working on like rooftops and repairs around the town, and so most of the time that I tend to be closer to town or in the purview of Swift, it's been after I'm done. And the fact is,
Okay.
I can tell you, well, Banner could say too. The fact is that I hunt alone most of the time. I know of the other hunters, but we do not work together ever. There's a division, it seems, between us. There always has been. It's only because I
That makes
wanted my
sense.
peace and quiet that I ended up in a position of hunting to help the town.
Well,
It gave me my
makes
time
sense.
to meditate.
Yes, it makes perfect sense that they would divide from us. They can't. They're not human. If they came back with any type of injuries or whatnot, it would be apparent. Here, and I'll hold out the scroll to Banner, and I go, "It's time to find your friends. You would probably be the best place to start." And Swift, if you know where they could be, please just tell us.
It does appear to be early morning. You know this is the time where the hunters normally do go out to hunt.
Not return from hunting.
No, it's like early morning.
Similar to me, they hunt during the day. It always seems as though we may not always be lucky, but we always find something. I can lead you out towards the areas that I know they are. I usually hunt within the area farther from my own house. Each hunter seems to have their own area that they go to. That's another reason that has kept us separate.
Well, it's a start. We need to find them. They're the next step in our journey, it would seem.
Okay.
What
So,
about
just-
where Rimbi's brother disappeared? Where is that?
That's out past the hunting grounds.
I believe that was also to the... It would be to the west, was it? If we
And it wasn't
north,
super
south.
far from where they supposedly found Banner, too.
Yeah.
It was actually to
I
the
was
far
found in town.
past Farmer Brown's
actually.
house.
Yeah, me.
Well, all this is in the bubble.
Yeah, I was
So-
found in a hidden place in town, like an old basement before it was renovated 80 years ago. My house is probably to the southwest, so like your brother's north of where I end up living. But I didn't move out there until after your brother disappeared, because I hung around with your brother and his friends, since they were the ones that discovered me. And it is ironic that the name that they gave me is the same name I had, as if they should have known it. Strangeness.
Well, maybe you're like a Pokemon, and when you activate, you're like, Banner, 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 Banner.
What is this
But you're looking out.
Pokemon?
You learned it. You learned a common tongue over
And you
time.
slowly learned it over time. You just...
So you, the hunters, you believe, are out this way. To the
I
far.
saw nothing, but okay.
Okay, it's past Farmer Brown's house. To the right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, let's head there.
Does the sky still look okay?
The sky, yeah, it looks like a normal day.
I'm gonna say, hey, can we go this route, guys? Go like this. To here, where is it? Q? To here, like this. And then, like, maybe go this way. And then, like, this. No reason. Just to avoid certain houses.
Oh.
But are you sure you shouldn't get some more fruits and
Wait,
vegetables?
we have the hat. You can put the hat on. The hat makes you look like someone else.
How many do we have?
It's just a hat.
Because we have 2 of us.
We should only have the one hat.
I would like to stop by home and get another hand axe, so...
Oh, yeah, we should stop by. We have to, anyways. Right? It's on the way. Right, if we go here, we have to go down like that.
So you guys can stop
But
by.
we should stop by Syndra's house and get sweet rolls. Because we want to go to eat.
I mean, I had a little bit of food before we left the mayor's house.
Yeah, and it disappeared. I wasn't done chewing. All right? Here's the thing. I walked out of the house before I was done chewing. So, yeah. You know, it's, come on, guys. Mom, I love my mom. But...
Fine, we can go to my place. I'm sure I have some sweet rolls still made.
You've met my mom. I'm just saying.
She's a fine woman. She's concerned about your health.
Yeah, whatever. No one gets scurvy. It's a fake. That's fake. It's a fake disease.
It's fake news.
Scurvy is in fact a real disease. Aren't you worried that you'll get it?
Yeah, why would you know that? You're mechanical.
I know about medicine. I've studied.
Yes, indeed, he's heard of scurvy.
I've studied your bodies with hopes that if any of you get injured around me, I can repair it.
Wait,
You've done what to us?
We need to go back on that. What'd you do to our bodies?
I've studied how your bodies work in order to learn a little bit about how my nature has been built to mimic your own. I've studied
What did you do with my brother? Okay, I just what did you do? Like
I've done nothing personally to him, but if it is needed, I am master.
You will do something personally?
I could stitch
You're
up
digging
wounds.
yourself a hole right now.
I could stitch up wounds.
was kinky as fuck. I'm just saying.
Okay, so as you're walking
I could
and
doctor
talking,
you.
We're walking downtown. Moving
you're
fast.
heading to your guy's house, right?
Yeah, faces past and I'm homebound.
As you start approaching, you see there's someone outside knocking on the door.
No! It's gonna be her! I know it's gonna be her! He just wants to do the voice and the stupid oranges. Oh!
You know, we had a really lovely idea of what our mom was gonna be like, and
I know, he ruined mom. He ruined mom. She was a nice woman, dad was a musician, and now it's...
She's still a nice woman.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
She's just concerned. You boys don't take care of yourselves.
Why did you try to... Who did Syndra Chaos Vault?
My mom.
Now she's not a problem anymore.
Well, you missed her.
No, did I?
You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Now, the arc strikes against your mother. No! It's cause so much chaos. All right, who's at our door?
It's your mom. You guys have been gone about a day. She hasn't seen you since after the whole attack, so she's a little worried.
Hello, mother. How are you?
Oh, thank God you're fine.
Yes, we're heroes of the town. Of course, the mayor won't admit that. So,
we were doing a job for the mayor.
Next time, leave a note.
it
You
was
scared me
kinda
and your
subtle.
father half to death.
I mean, brother. I took brother with me. You know he wouldn't let anything happen to me. Granted, he did disappear for a bit.
Everything's
It was
fine now.
hell.
It was the darkness.
They made me do math. Math!
Well, I made you boys something.
Is it oranges?
She actually has a little bag with her. She pulls out a dish. I made you some chicken soup.
Oh, that's lovely. I'll take it. I'm holding it. I'll smell it. Does it smell like oranges?
No, it's chicken soup.
Well, thank you, Mother. Oh, Mother. And I'll just hold the soup can out to my brother. Here. Rick.
Yeah, I got
Thank
it.
you. And I'll run over to the door and I'll open it. We did our floors. And I'll show her our new floors that look all pretty.
They look lovely.
Yes, and they found ore underneath it, our house. So, Wrekyur and I will have some income coming in. It's extra for us, which would be nice.
Very good. Oh, I almost forgot.
Oh no.
She holds out a bag.
Thank you. I'm orange scurvy, right? Yes.
Apples today. Fresh from Farmer Brown's.
Apples.
Banner, you apparently know medicine.
Yes.
Do apples help against scurvy?
I mean, they do say an apple a day does keep the doctor away.
Does it
Who
keep the
says
banner
that?
away?
Does it keep the mother away?
I'm not a professional
Who?
doctor. I only know a little bit about medicine.
I'm just
Wait.
on
I-
Twitch.
Hold on.
I could effectively be your nurse if need be.
Banner, who is they that says this?
We know they. There's a board of people. They're just called the they. So, you know.
It's the Dark Council.
It's it was referenced in some book I read.
Was
I
it?
won't keep you. I should get back to your father and let him know that you're fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Banner, don't talk to my mother.
I was going to say they aren't dead yet.
Banner, was this book an medical or an agricultural book?
It seems we're getting off topic here. Mother, thank you for the apples, and I'll put them on our counter. That's like next to the bag of oranges that's just rotting.
She gives you.
Syndra made sweet rolls out of them.
She gives you a kiss on the cheek, and she walks over and gives Wrekyur a hug.
I pick her up and hug her.
It's mommy. It's mommy. She's annoying.
Now, you
but
boys
it's
be
mommy.
careful.
I will help them out and ensure that they probably do not die. Though everyone does die eventually. Hopefully it will not
Banner, stop talking.
hopefully
Banner.
it will be of natural causes for them.
Oh, Banner.
Why you
how does
like
my
this?
mom react to Banner? Because Banner
Thank
was
you.
known to my brother, right? They were friends, and my brother disappeared. I found her disappeared.
She just kind of looks at him and goes, "Thank you. I understand what you're trying to say," and kind of like pats you on the knee.
Dink, dink.
Well,
Swish.
be careful. I'm going to go back to see your father.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mother. I'll make sure we eat the apples.
Banner, make sure they eat the apples.
I will ensure that they keep a healthy diet up for as long as I am accompanying them.
Banner, we can
Thank
meet you
you.
in your house later.
There is no food at my house, so I mean, if we're looking to have you have a decent diet, it's not really great to
No.
Banner,
You
do you have
can go to your house.
Banner? Do you have a floor in your house?
Dirt.
Good thing I have shovels.
Okay, so your mother leaves.
I give the apples to Syndra.
She takes
Apples,
She'll just make
rolls.
freaking pie out of them. Apple pie.
Actually, I have an idea. Do I have it? I'll take one of the apples out. I'll open the bag to the dimension of fire. And
Throw an apple
I'll
in
just
it.
hold its stem and hold it in there and pull it out. Is it toasted? Is it like
You have a toasted apple.
and I'll bite it and it still tastes like apple and I'll go,
Now it's a hot, mushy apple.
no,
Congratulations, hot, mushy apple.
no, that did not work. And I'll just put it on my counter and be like, all right, so let's go.
If we stop by my house, we can get something to eat. I only really have bread and sweets, unfortunately.
That sounds perfect. Let's go.
You shouldn't give them any sweets. We really should.
You
wean
have
them off of
apples
it.
there.
Well, we're gonna have more apples in a minute.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Like, Rimbi's diabetic. Like, he has to
So
be at this point.
when you get to your parents' house, they actually have a sign in the window saying "Special today, quiche."
What is that a bird? What is that?
I think it's a
Syndrome.
pie.
It's an egg dish. It's served in a pastry.
Oh,
Why is there a
interesting.
bulk of egg? Quiche.
It doesn't have to be served in a pastry.
Well, this one is.
Okay.
I usually thought of it being in like pie form at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one actually is in has like a small pie crust around it, make it a little heartier.
So I go in. It's my house.
Yes.
Oh, Mom, Dad, home. Everything's fine now. I got
Dinner comes
apples.
in.
Hello, Syndra's family. It is nice
Wonderful.
to see you again. How goes the business?
The quiche is flying off the shelves this morning.
Excellent.
That sounds dangerous.
Is it magic?
Not literally.
That was a joke.
Tiny little bugs flying around. Kill it. So yeah, I guess we'll grab something to eat.
They have plenty of quiche still.
I'm sure. Do I have any of my extra sweet rolls laying around?
They actually sold out of them already.
Oh, they sold all my sweet rolls.
Oh, sorry.
You get some quiche this morning.
All right, that's fine. I'll use prestidigitation to make it taste like a sweet roll and hand it to Rimbi. Here.
That's
Yes.
one way to get them to eat healthy. Just make everything taste like sweet rolls.
Oh. I'm gonna pretend to eat it, but I'm gonna like have it slide down my sleeve.
It obviously slid down. Well, anyone who's looking at him, give me a perception.
I am. I miss it.
Swift definitely sees it go down your
I wonder
sleeve.
if Swift just laughs or if he'll say something because it's. Are you a snitch? Are you a?
Well, I
snitch?
think Sidra just barely catches it.
Don't throw food on the floor in my house.
Well, no, it's up his sleeve.
It's in my sleeve. Not on your floor. I think it's. I'm holding my hand like this the entire time I'm talking. I think it's time for us to go. I'll wait outside. And I'll
Perhaps
walk
you should
outside.
have an extra piece, Rimbi. You haven't been eating much lately.
Oh, I am so full.
I will bring
deliciously
one with
full.
us so you can have a couple more.
Here, I'll
Sure.
walk outside with Rimbi, and
Shake
then
my
just put my hand. I'll just like put my hand down.
To catch it when it comes out of his sleeve.
Yeah.
Like, not to catch it, but as like an adult, like, come on.
Give it to me.
I shake my sleeve and let it slide out, and I get it to him and go, "Don't make me eat that." That's
You have a
disgusting."
bunch of eggs still in your shirt now.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
It tastes like a sweet roll.
And then to get that taste out of my mouth, I'm going to look over at the wharf and taste the catch of the day.
Oh no!
God. So you taste the raw fish scales.
He is a cat. He probably enjoys
I
it.
know.
And we're right next to the wharf too.
Does he like
Yeah.
purr a little bit? He's like,
Oh, the fish.
I wonder if there's like any physical cues to it, right? So there's like a fish that's just lying on a table, and they're like you see the scales lift up for a little bit and resettle.
No, but you do see the tongue slightly move when he uses it.
Oh yeah.
Like wiggle.
That seems about right.
Hey, Joe,
Yes.
That's horrible.
can I quickly spend 10 gold and say that I made a lance earlier and I'm using it? Or have it, rather. Rather than just buying it off of a seller. Just say that I made it at one point and spend the gold.
Sure.
Thanks.
Oh, you're gonna
Not
ride
you.
Patches in battle now?
No, Patches is my baby.
I'm just saying, I got a lance.
He does have a lance.
Okay, so what is everyone doing now?
Is his last name Armstrong?
By the way, they did have several flavors of quiche. They had bacon. They did have a fish one.
I think we can move on from the food.
Yes.
Just for a moment.
I guess
You'll
we'll
get back.
head out.
Okay. Are
Make our
you
way
sticking
out of
to
town.
the road, or are you cutting through the fields?
Well, I mean, we're obviously gonna walk
Is-
through the dwarf side of the force.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no point. I already saw my mom. So
Yes.
unless she's gonna bust out the door.
No, she's not going to bust
So-
back out the door.
I mean, how yucky are the fields? Is it hard to walk through them, or?
There was a storm that accompanied some of the
Oh,
fights, so
then-
it is still a little muddy out there.
Cinder definitely stays on the path, even though her boots are always clean.
Yes.
It's probably best for
Okay.
her to stay to the paths.
So
If
you
we want
make
to
it.
go faster, I can carry you, Syndra.
You're gonna run through the field.
I mean, it's not any faster through the field, to be fair. It's still have to
Okay.
go around.
With all that mud,
You
it would
make
slow
it
us down.
out of town. Do. Wait, Patches is in
Patches is
small
huge.
form. There we go. You guys can place yourselves how you want. I'm just getting you out. Swift. And back here.
I'm probably just vaguely leading the way. I mean, I probably have occasionally gone out this way. Not often, but it's 80 years,
Yeah.
so...
You have a perfect memory. Just spin up the hard drives.
Well, you see a hunter right onto your left as you enter in here.
Greetings, fellow hunter.
Good day. Please be quiet.
Ah. We should wait for them to finish hunting. It would be rude otherwise.
You see him move up a little bit and shoot a squirrel.
I was perfectly still for a little while, and now I'm gonna move again.
Okay.
We need to speak with you. And some
Well,
of
he
you...
went down to the squirrel.
Oh. Okay.
So you can move over to him now.
Sir, you and your kin we must speak with.
The morning hunt is almost done. Can it wait a few minutes?
Sure. I can wait. I'll stand still perfectly still again.
Okay, so a few minutes pass. You can see some of the hunters moving around, collecting game. And once everything has been collected, they start to regather.
Yes, get up into a group.
You wish to speak to us today?
Yes. This is less on the business of hunting and more on the business of town. Hence why I'm with my associates.
Charge!
10-foot sphere.
We understand your nature. We helped
Yes.
get the new mayor and discover
Yes.
what lies beneath in Fador's workshop.
Yes.
They all have a blank look on their face.
You're
Or-
mechanical. We know that you're
nature?
not. We know you're automatons.
What are you talking about?
They may not understand their own nature. What do you know of the barrier?
I don't know of a barrier. We have the hunting grounds. We don't go past those.
So you only are in this area. Go no farther. Ever.
The game is plentiful here. Why would we go further? As you see, all of a sudden, a deer just appear out of nowhere.
I huck an axe at it.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
And
also,
Aww.
yeah.
I mean, it's a deer.
What's the
Did you?
range on an axe?
I think it's like
30 to
20,
60?
20,
Yeah,
30,
so-
60, 20, 60.
At that range, you're gonna miss it.
Okay.
It runs off in another direction.
I'm on edge a little bit. It's okay.
I assume all of your animals just appear out of nowhere.
They do just come. It's rather fortunate for us.
Yeah.
That's how we help feed the town.
I
Fador
have,
blesses us.
I have never encountered such fortuitous. Then again, I do tend to hunt more on my own. It always does seem fortuitous that the game is always plentiful.
Well, this is a waste of time. If they don't know anything, we don't have time to sit here and waste.
Perhaps we should
You
head
don't
in.
know your automatons, correct?
We are people just like you.
Well, you're not like me.
Well, no one's quite like you.
I understand. That is a very accurate statement.
Wrekyur, just smash one of them in pieces. just to show them that they are.
I've been tempted the entire time.
I mean, that would be a bit, sociopath.
Excessive.
No, it'd be a sociopath. They were considered people your whole life, and you're just now gonna just smash their brains in. That's a loss of empathy. That's
Especially if you're wrong and only some of them are.
Yeah, the first one you smashed.
Actually, I have a perfect memory. Is any of them one of the names from the book?
Yes.
I'm gonna look to that one. Are there people here that are not in the book?
It only mentioned a family name, not everyone's individual names.
Okay.
They are all
so-
from the same family.
Yeah, but a robot can't make cum, so they can't make baby. I'm gonna look over to that one. I know you're an automaton. You were in the Fedor's book. We were in his lab. We know.
I guess that is a blessing to be in his book.
Do me a favor. Hold out your hand, and if you wouldn't mind, strike it.
Why would I strike myself?
Just show us the blood. If you are a perfect creature. If you are a normal human. Or gnome, I guess.
I can heal, don't worry about it.
Yes, you will be healed. Do not worry.
He pricks his finger.
Not prick. No, slice. I want to see shit on the inside. Don't give me that no prick shit. No. We know
More than the tip.
the mayor oozes. We know.
I am not going to slice the hands that I use for my craft.
We can
I
heal
can
you.
heal.
We can literally heal you. And if you're a machine,
I can still heal you.
no, you can't. No, because then you could just heal the mayor. You weren't able to.
Well, I
He's
used a
dying.
heal spell on the mayor, and I didn't know he was a construct.
And I'll show Patches, and it's like, I can repair constructs.
I am not a construct, but
And
I
if
still do
you
not
are,
wish-
then she can heal you.
I still do not wish to inflict harm on myself.
Just getting us nowhere. What do we want to do, team? Because we're either a railroad or not. Like, we have to make a choice. and we're sitting here and not like talking isn't gonna help us. We need to figure out like what we gotta do.
I suggested perhaps looking into where your brother went missing.
I mean, what good is that gonna do them?
Well,
It's not gonna tell us the barrier. It'll just tell us what happened there, and it wasn't outside the barrier.
well, if there is an exit to the barrier, maybe we can look into it. Perhaps maybe the merchants are more important than the hunters to speak to.
Well, the merchants are supposedly. I was under the impression that both the merchants and the hunters left the region, but I guess when they left the region, they just mean going to hunting grounds, not leaving the barrier.
It could be
So,
that their nature is more unusual also because they get close to the barrier.
No, they're constructs. The book told me that.
Well, no. I mean, that is why they are that way, because they get close to the barrier.
Being close to the barrier makes you a construct?
I mean, perhaps that's why they were placed here, and why they are what they are.
But it makes no sense why they wouldn't know, right? Like, hiding that they are constructs just opens up problems later.
I will also remind you, you did learn that they're only programmed to know what they are programmed to know. If there's no reason for them to know that they're a construct, why would they be programmed for it?
Because it doesn't make sense for them not to know it. If they get hurt and they find out that, they're gonna freak out, or other people around them are gonna freak out. It makes more sense for them to know that they're a construct, and they need to keep that identity hidden. Like, that makes way more sense than just not knowing, period. Because it's gonna come out eventually, right?
When
like,
you see him prick his finger, it looks like it's actual blood. It doesn't look.
Cut him in half, Wrekyur.
Please don't contemplate.
This is me. This is me talking, not Rimbi. Well, this is a waste of time. If he doesn't even know what his nature is, he's useless. And I'll
We
say
can
this
continue
right
closer to the barrier.
Yes, we could check out where my brother went missing. I guess that we're running out of leads. We have no options.
Again,
at this point,
trying to find the merchants and see if any are in town would also be a good way, as they are probably.
But if the merchants don't know, if they don't know their nature, they're only programmed to know what they're programmed to know. If they don't know their nature, they're going to be of no help. Even if they walk through the barrier and they're programmed to not acknowledge it, they're not going to know they're doing it.
The thing is, remember that the mayor said in a couple days' time she should know everything. Perhaps we need to wait those couple of days, because we'd be able to get the full information. The mayor may know how, if they are the way that you say they are, get replaced.
But even if they're replaced, I don't think you're understanding at least I'm not understanding then what Joe is saying. Joe is saying that they're programmed to know a specific thing, the specific things. If they do not know that, they do not know that. Even when they walk out of the capsule, even when they're uploaded and they're completely installed, everything's installed, they will not know those things. They will only know what they need to know. So they could know we traveled to this town, and they could literally be traveling out of the barrier, but not know they're traveling through a barrier.
Or they could be traveling through a teleporter.
What I'm saying is that
plane.
since they need to be woken, like the mayor needed to be woken by someone, so someone has to know at least some information.
The mayor that died didn't know what was going on with Fador, so I don't know why the new one would.
I mean, less of what's going on with Fador, and more of what's going on within the town itself, the nature of the barrier, traveling outside of it, how it occurs. The current mayor, the old mayor, at least knew of the barrier. It seemed.
I mean, fine. It's gonna be a few days, so we can either wait or we can. I think we're at this point. I think what's being told to us is we just have to release Fador. That's where I'm getting. That's what I think is happening. Is that Fador is gonna know what's gonna happen.
I do think we should try for the merchants or to check out the place where your brother went missing first.
All right. I mean, hopefully a few days doesn't mean more attacks and more people dying, but we'll see.
With that, we will take our break if that's good for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get a drink, refresh yourself in whatever way you need, and we'll be back shortly.